Alright, so today we're gonna be doing something different. We're gonna be actually reacting to Spider Criminal. In the video, he says we won, which is the Mcfarlane versus Mattel DC license stuff. Which, as of right now, Mattel did get the DC Multiverse license. So we're gonna be reacting to his opinions on that subject. Most of you probably know that Spider Criminal is not a really big fan of Mcfarlane. He made a famous video that went kind of viral, or probably viral, about him telling his opinion on Mcfarlane and why he doesn't like it. I've seen that video. If you guys want me to give my opinion on that, let me know down in the comments. So yeah, we're gonna be reacting to this video right here. So let's get right into it.
6 years. That is how long Toddy Mac has had the DC license. 6 years of pain, some might say. Shortly after Mcfarlane Toys got the rights to the DC license, we were all stricken with a pandemic. It might have been a sign of things to come. As most of my longtime fans will know, my disdain for the DC Multiverse line by Mcfarlane Toys is pretty big. I'm not a fan of how they look, how they're painted, how they're articulated, their scale. I'm just not a fan. Most of my
Yeah, the scaling, that's a big factor that I remember when Mcfarlane got the license. A lot of people were mad that they actually went for the 7-inch instead of the 6-inch that more people are used to. I myself didn't care. I mean, I was new to collecting, so I didn't really care if it's 6-inch or 7-inch. But I kind of understand the frustration of some people when they did the scale change. So yeah, for me, like I said, didn't really care.
my frustrations aren't just the fact that most of the figures suck. It's the fact that they were the only option. If you walk into a store and want a DC,
And yeah, yeah, Mcfarlane is the only option. And then you had the Spin Master, which they were doing the kids stuff, and so yeah, DC. It was only Mcfarlane doing collectibles for like adults action figures. The other ones are like Mayfix and all that are more expensive. The Mcfarlane ones are like the ones you could easily buy for $20, which now they're almost $30 for a normal figure.
figure, he is quite literally the only option on the pegs. The only other alternative are import figures, which are amazing, but most range from $90 to $100 most of the time. Most collectors on a budget simply got screwed over, and it's been 6 years of this non-stop cycle. But worry thee not, gentlemen, for today I bring good news. News from the heavens above that look down on us and our plastic men and women. This morning it was announced that Mattel have gotten the rights to make DC action figures once again. Mattel being the prior owners of the DC license, of course. Now, there isn't much information on this deal because it was literally announced this morning. The article from the New York Times states that Mattel now has the rights to make toys, figurines, and adult collectibles of characters such as Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. At first, I thought this deal meant nothing. I thought they were just going to make some kiddie toys based on DC figures. But from the way they worded it in this article, it seems like we will be getting a new line of Marvel Legends-esque DC figures. The article does specify action figures and adult collectibles specifically. And if that is truly the case, I am beyond ecstatic.
Alright, now, there was a small update by Mcfarlane and some people at their live stream at their channel that they say that they're still working with WB.
Now, discussions regarding our DC rights for 2027 and beyond are still ongoing, and we will provide an update in the future once those plans are solidified.
Trying to see what they can do. So yeah, Mcfarlane is still fighting for the DC Multiverse license, but at the moment, in the article, it does confirm that they got outbid. So Mattel did give more money than what Mcfarlane was trying to give, but they are still trying to fight for it. They might stick to DC Direct, I don't know, or they might stick to 7-inch and Mattel could do 6-inch. But all I can tell you guys is that they are trying to fight for the license still. So Mcfarlane is trying to fight for it, and all we can do is just wait for what happens on next year. half of June, I believe. That's when they're gonna tell us if they lost the license or if they're gonna continue.
This is literally something I have wanted for a long time. Truthfully, I expected Jada Toys or Spin Master to take the 6-inch rights back, but having them go back to Mattel, I'm not complaining at all. Everyone on the toy community shares the same sentiment. We're happy.
I read though. I mean, I'm not a big Mcfarlane guy. I just got into the license. I was trying to collect, and I was gonna get Mattel figures, but then I saw that Mcfarlane actually got the license. So I was like, you know what? I'll just wait for Mcfarlane figures, and I actually did enjoy the figures that they were giving out the first year they got the license. But obviously, now that the more years came, we got better, and those first figures that they gave us are kind of bad. Not that bad, but yeah, bad compared to the new ones they give us. So my friend did improve on that. But I wouldn't say everybody's happy about it. Pretty sure a lot of people are kind of mad at this is happening. I mean, I'm open-minded. I would like to see what Mattel is going to do with a DC license. I'm just hoping that Mattel ups it up or is equally with Mcfarlane. Yeah, because when it comes to details and all that, I think Mcfarlane is better than Mattel. I don't know about articulation. Maybe Mattel can win on that. Probably Mattel has better articulation than what Mcfarlane is giving us. But I don't know. Right now, I'm really happy with what Mcfarlane is giving us. But like I said, I'm open-minded, so I guess we have to wait and see what Mattel is going to give us in the future.
Mcfarlane is in no way a bad person, but the way he runs his toy line is certainly questionable to some, me included. It's still not clear whether or not Todd McFarlane lost the rights to DC figures, but from the way they're wording it, it kinda seems like the case. Not to mention he does have to renew the license this year, and it probably means he won't have the license anymore. But if he still does, at least we have another alternative besides McFarlane Toys. They actually say that obtaining the rights back was highly competitive. Does that mean Todd was fighting to keep the license? You're not gonna take this away from me. Now, before we all celebrate, I do have to say the deal will go into effect second half of 2026. So, more than a year away. By the time Mattel takes up the rights, we will have the DCU and various other DC-related projects we'll probably get figures of. I do have to make one thing.
Yeah, the only ones I've known so far, it is obviously Superman. We have already some figures of Superman from Mcfarlane. And the next one that I heard, which I believe it was also confirmed by someone at Mcfarlane on their live stream.
UWB partner. We're committed to the DC brand. We've got exciting products planned for 2026, including Supergirl movie line, in addition to our Superman movie line that is coming this summer.
They didn't specify there was going to be only statues or action figures. So, yeah, they just confirmed that they're making stuff for Supergirl.
Thing clear about Mattel, though. There's a common misconception floating around the internet, mostly by Mcfarlane Toys collectors, about Mattel and their line. It's true. Most of them shared the same body, and they were just subpar. Absolute poopy juice. Not worth getting for most people. And what they're talking about, they're most likely talking about this body right here that was reused countless times. Any character they just slapped on this body and called it a day. And what these people are saying are pretty much that this acquisition is a bad idea. The Mattel figures all sucked. They're just gonna do the same crap again. Mcfarlane Toys is the better way to go. And I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely false. Yes, it's true. They did mishandle their DC figures for a long time.
Yeah, from what I've saw, from the images I've seen from Mattel, because I don't have any Mattel figures, but from what I've seen in images, they do reuse a lot of stuff, and some of it is not great. But I could say the same thing about McFarlane. Some reuses they do are very questionable on why they reuse a body mold for that figure. So I guess both companies in here are sometimes bad with their reuse. But I think Mattel did more reuse than what McFarlane is doing. You guys can let me know down in the comments if I'm wrong on that. But I think Mattel did more reuse than McFarlane, because McFarlane actually did try and give us new sculpts. The only new sculpts I've seen from Mattel, it is the Build-A-Figures. But again, I don't collect Mattel, so you guys can let me know down in the comments if I'm wrong on that. If any of you guys collect Mattel.
Reusing the same body molds, but near the end of their license, they had improved. We're talking 2017 to 2019. The later figures from DC Multiverse, Mattel's DC Multiverse, were on the verge on competing with Marvel Legends. These later figures had pinless joints, double jointed joints. They finally cut away from the DCUC crotch pits, as most people like to call them, and the quality in general was actually getting to be pretty good. I actually have the Starfire from one of the last waves they released. She's not perfect by any means, but you can definitely see the improvement they were trying to do.
Alright, so let's do a comparison with the Starfire. I don't know. I think McFarlane did a better job than what Mattel gave us with our Starfire. In my opinion, you guys let me know down in the comments which one is better, the McFarlane one or the Mattel one. Because from what I'm seeing here, I actually do prefer the McFarlane one over the Mattel. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the Mattel figure, so this figure could have better articulation than what McFarlane is giving us. But just based on the looks and detail, I think McFarlane takes the win on this. And I actually do prefer the fire effects on the McFarlane one than what the Mattel gave us in here. So I don't know about that one. I think McFarlane did a better job with the Starfire in here. But again, you guys let me know down in the comments which ones do you prefer.
Shortly after Mattel lost the rights to DC figures, we actually saw prototypes of what the future of the line could have brought. A very Marvel Legends looking Batman figure, a black and a blue one. This was made by, I believe, somebody on the WWE team, and was essentially a pitch for the future of the line, until ultimately Mcfarlane acquired the rights.
Alright, let me correct you right there. Actually, someone did actually pitch those figures, but the funny thing is that Mattel actually rejected those prototypes. So yeah, Mattel was not trying to improve at that time, because they rejected it. They rejected those prototypes. So yeah, I don't know. That worries me because they rejected that. But who knows? That was like years ago. So new people in there probably making better figures than the old people were doing with the DC license. I have seen some, which I think he talks about in this video, is the He-Man and the WWE stuff. I've seen those figures at Target and Walmart, and they look pretty good. But I don't know, man. The details, when it comes to details, McFarlane freaking nails it. I think they give you a bit better quality than what Mattel's putting out, in my opinion. So yeah, those were rejected. So I don't think Mattel was trying to improve on that.
Rights, of course. And if you take a look at Mattel's recent Masters of the Universe figures, they're what we've been asking for. 6-inch, detailed figures, pinless joints, the works. Another thing to remember about Mattel is they didn't just make a bunch of Batmans. They had a good variety of characters, including female figures. In the 6 years McFarlane's had the DC license, he did not make a classic Wonder Woman until his 4th year into the line.
Alright, let me defend McFarlane right here. Yes, they should have given us a classic Wonder Woman a long time ago. But McFarlane was actually trying to concentrate on figures that we have not be getting yet, such as freaking death metal stuff. Those figures were never made, so McFarlane was trying to make figures that were never made. So yeah, they took them a lot of years to actually start giving us classic figures, which recently they have given us more classic figures, as you can see here in these images that they revealed a long time ago. So it looks like at the end of their year, they're now giving us classic characters. But at the beginning, they were just actually trying to give us figures that were never made. Not figures, characters that have never been made into action figures. So I think that was the mindset of Mcfarlane back then, trying to give us characters that were never made into figures. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, they should have given us Wonder Woman a long time ago, which they were giving us Wonder Woman, but not the Wonder Woman everybody wanted.
So it's safe to say I have complete faith in Mattel to deliver a good DC line. I hope for the best of DC figures. This is finally a chance for collectors to get quality figures of their favorite DC characters without having to settle for subpar options. And this is my message to Mattel. This is it. This is your chance to surprise us all. A lot of things have changed in the figure world, but I fully believe you guys can deliver if you put in the effort. We want 6-inch, highly posable, highly detailed figures of our favorite characters. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. The whole DC universe is at your disposal. And to my lovely viewers, please let them know what we want. Because this is it. It's either this or nothing. No matter the case, we must move away from this. And this, well, you get the picture.
Oh, come on, man. You could have there's better figures than that. Freaking you choose Michael Keaton's Batman for a reason. I don't know why you always get live action figures. If I notice, I think he always chooses live action figures. Last time he did was Robert Pattinson's Batman. So yeah, he always chooses freaking live action figures. And the old ones, I don't think I've never seen him with a new Mcfarlane figure. So that indeed kind of pissed me off a bit, but whatever. It's his opinion. He can have his opinion. So, yeah. I mean, I kind of agree in some points he's giving out here, but in most of them, I kind of disagree. Like I said, we have to wait and see what Mattel's going to do with the DC license. At the moment, they have one, but I don't know. McFarlane's still fighting. So the war is not over. McFarlane is still fighting for the DC Multiverse license, and I think that's how I'm going to end the video right here. Let me know if you want me to do these kind of videos more often. I just wanted to do this video giving my opinion on this. And if you want to check out Spider Criminal's content, I'll leave it down in the description and the link to his video. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.